I remember the exact moment my world shifted. 2 days after my contract ended, the weight of months of work finally lifting off my shoulders. I thought it would be a relief, a moment to breathe, but the message that appeared on my phone felt like a punch to the gut. It was from her. Just her name, just a few words. "We need to talk. Tonight. Don't come home." I stared at it, my thumb hovering over the screen, disbelief rooting me to the couch. My mind scrambled. Talk? Why wouldn't she want me home? I reread it 5 times, searching for a typo, a misstep, anything that could make sense. But there it was, clear as daylight. For hours I tried to convince myself it was nothing. Maybe work was stressful for her too. Maybe she just needed space. I called her, but it went straight to voicemail. Then a text. "Please. Just wait." My chest tightened. Over the next 48 hours the small signs started to creep in, subtle, almost unnoticeable until you stare at them long enough. Her phone always just out of reach on the counter. Quick, nervous glances at messages I couldn't read. A perfume I didn't recognize lingering faintly in the air. She laughed less at my jokes, her touch grew lighter, distracted. My mind, desperate for explanations, turned on itself first. Had I been too distant? Too focused on work? Was this my fault? 2 days later, curiosity overcame me. I noticed a notification blink on her tablet, something she'd left open. A messaging app one barely recognized. My hand shook, but I tapped it. And there it was. Messages that made my stomach drop, casual, intimate exchanges with someone else, someone she called by a nickname I didn't know. I don't remember the sound of my own voice when I whispered her name across the empty apartment. My chest felt hollow. Every memory of us, the quiet dinners, the Sunday mornings, her head on my shoulder, suddenly felt like a performance, rehearsed lines in a play I didn't know I was part of. I confronted her that night. She didn't deny it. She didn't cry, didn't beg. She simply said, "I didn't plan for this to happen, but it did. I'm sorry." There was guilt in her eyes, yes, but also a cold clarity that I hadn't expected. Her love, or whatever it had been, felt thin, like fragile glass ready to shatter. "We talked until dawn," she explained. How it started with a colleague. How lonely moments and whispered encouragements had grown into something she couldn't stop. I listened, numb, feeling the betrayal like slow poison. My questions came in fits. Why? When? Was any of it real? She answered truthfully, painfully, but nothing could stitch the wound. The hardest part wasn't the affair itself. It was the realization that the woman I thought I knew, the life we built, the promises we made, had cracks I'd been blind to. And yet I couldn't stop loving her. I wanted to scream, to hit, to collapse into her arms. Instead, I felt hollow, suspended between heartbreak and disbelief. Days passed. I packed my things, stayed with friends, replaying our life in my head. The apartment smelled like her perfume still. The dishes in the sink untouched. Every little reminder became a dagger, but also a lesson. I realized love doesn't always save you from pain, and trust, once broken, can't be stitched back with words alone. When I finally saw her again, I felt a strange calm. There was sorrow, yes, but also clarity. I told her I couldn't stay. Not because I wanted revenge, not because I hated her, but because I deserved to step into a life where love didn't come with betrayal as its shadow. She nodded, tears in her eyes, silent and resigned. As I walked away that last time, I felt the weight of 2 years of marriage lift, not in relief but in acceptance. I had loved deeply, been wounded profoundly, and survived. The pain lingered, yes, but so did a quiet strength I hadn't known I possessed. Some nights I still checked my phone, half expecting a message from her. But I know now that life doesn't wait, and neither should I. And as the city lights fade behind me, I carry a lesson that cuts both ways. The heart is resilient, even when it's been broken by the one you trusted most.